Welcome to the American Dream, selling the Twin Cities. Minnesota is known for its incredible diversity. Today, we're gonna go all across Minneapolis and St. Paul to see the real estate, lifestyles, and culture here. We're gonna be joined by award-winning real estate professionals, not a reality show, but a real show to show the beauty in our neighborhoods here. I'm your host, Amber Garofalo. This is the American Dream, selling the Twin Cities. Let's go.
The search is over, baby. I'm right here, and I got it.
The American Dream, the only show that combats negative media, not owned by a network, commercial-free, unscripted.
I got it.
These are stories for you and by you.
Welcome to Lakeville, Minnesota, a southern suburb of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Lakeville is home to so many great amenities that make it such an awesome place to live. I'm your host, Bryce Schuenke, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Luke Hellier, a city council member, and also Mark Reese, who's a local business owner, to showcase his restaurant, B52 Burger and Brews. I'm really excited to introduce Luke Hellier today, who's here as a representative of Lakeville City Council and the next candidate for mayor. Luke, thanks for coming out today.
Oh, thanks for having me today.
Just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Lakeville today. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the history of the city and how it's grown to what it has today.
Absolutely. So Lakeville was founded in 1878. And for the next 40 years or so, it was a pretty rural area, mostly farming families, population under 600. And in 1910, Marion Savage created a rail system from the Twin Cities down to what's now Lake Marion after him. But at the time it was Prairie Lake, where there's an amusement park, Antlers. And so Lakeville was a farming community, but then also a resort area for people in the summer from Minneapolis and St. Paul to travel to on the weekends. And then in the 1960s or so, 1967, Lakeville incorporated as a city, and at that time the population was about 1,200 and has now grown to what it is today.
What do you attribute the growth of the city, and why is it such a great destination for families to move to?
Well, that's a really good question, and I think part of it is that Lakeville provides the things that most families are looking for in the American dream, right? That is a place to call their own, great schools, exceptional parks, and really a place for all stages and places in life. Whether it's from raising a family, building a business, or retiring, Lakeville has all those things. You have nearly 60 parks in the community. You've got 3 recreational lakes plus half a dozen other lakes that are non-motorized. And so it's really a place that has drawn people from all over the region, but the Midwest. It's now the 7th largest city in the Twin Cities, the 9th largest in Minnesota. And the craziest stat is that it's the 30th fastest growing city in the entire country.
Luke, that's fantastic. It was so nice talking with you
Same, I appreciate
today.
it.
I'm excited because I'm heading over to B52 Burger and Brews.
Very good.
I'm gonna go check it out, maybe have a burger myself.
Good, say hi to those guys for me.
You have a great day. I'm here with Mark Reese, the owner of B52 Burgers and Brew. And Mark, just wanted to stop by, say hello, and hear a little bit about your restaurant today.
Yeah. So we started in 2011 in Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota. The reason we chose the name B52 is because there was a crash in, I believe, 1958, right down the road off of Concord and Highway 52 down there. And as we grew our business, we just decided that we were gonna expand. We were looking heavily in Lakeville, but the economic developer Dave Olson of Lakeville had really tried to convince me to really think about downtown. And so we spent a little time down here and really decided, yeah, definitely, we want to be down here. This is a cool little area down here.
Well, burgers is in the name of the restaurant, so you're obviously known for burgers here at B52. Tell us some of the names of the burgers you have and kind of what inspired you to put some of the ingredients together to create the menu that you do have.
So sometimes what we do is we come up with the burger ingredients first, and then we come up with the name afterward. You can have a classic burger on the menu. Everybody kind of knows what that is, but we also have the Carlson on the menu, and that was just because, you know, we're inspired by some good dance moves by an iconic person there. So it just depends on how we're feeling, what mood we're in as we're making the menu, how we want to go about the burger naming. And you know, at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to put some really good flavors together, so then when that burger hits your mouth, you're awe-inspired. So.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
We're in my beautiful office in Loring Park in Minneapolis. I love being in the middle of everything, and this week in particular because it's Twin Cities Pride. Pretty soon we're going to be going down the parade route together, and you're going to get a glimpse of just how amazing our community here is in Minnesota. Pride is super important to me because in 27 states it's still legal to discriminate against the LGBTQ community in housing. In Minnesota, we are a protected class, and yet our homeownership rates still lag behind the general population. As realtors in the community, we are trying to help close that gap. Hello, we're here in downtown Minneapolis. We're about ready to start the Pride Parade. We're in front of First Avenue, getting all set up. We have the giant flags here. These are 30 by 50 foot size flags. Takes a lot of people to carry them, but they're a lot of fun, especially when the wind blows. And then we're gonna get started. Let's go watch Dykes on Bikes. They're gonna kick us off. I want to start by saying thank you for all your years and all your service at Twin Cities Pride. You've been amazing. I know you're retiring. How many years have you?
I have been here 13 years now, so yeah, it's definitely time for someone else to take the baton and keep it going.
One of my favorite things about Twin Cities Pride is just knowing how many volunteers you have.
For Pride Weekend, we get about 400 volunteers. So we have a ton of community support, like No Place Like Home. Of course, thanks so much for being a longtime supporter of Pride.
And how many people typically show up to the park and to the parade?
We usually guesstimate about 400,000 people. We have about 150,000 each day at the festival and 150 to 200,000 at the parade. This year we're full on with the parade back, and people are just so excited and ready to be here. So it's super fun this year. I just appreciate all of our volunteers and all of our participants and everybody coming out and supporting this. And I think that we have a big fight in front of us. It's not only celebration, we've got a lot of work to do as a community, and we need to be all on the same page to move forward.
Well, from all of the LGBTQ plus community, we thank you, we love you, and thanks for all the hard work that you've done and all the things we don't even have a clue that you've done. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, Amy. It's been a real pleasure. I'm just honor of my life to have this role. So.
We've sure had a lot of fun at Twin Cities Pride this year. These are our iconic ruby red slippers that we normally go down the parade route with. Maybe next year, and maybe you can join us. That's all we have time for on the American Dream. Happy Pride from No Place Like Home team at RE/MAX Results.
It's a warm summer day in Minnesota. I'm in North Minneapolis at the iconic Theodore Wirth Parkway. Today we're gonna go meet up with a friend of mine, a local advocate that knows a lot about the area. We're gonna get some great local insights. Let's go check it out. Hey everybody, today I'm with Victor Martinez. He is a community leader, advocate, and a local pastor. Today I want to meet with Victor and just kind of learn more about your neighborhood, your community. We're in North Minneapolis now, but what neighborhood is this?
So this is considered near North, which is the bigger neighborhood association kind of group here. But it's basically the main artery into North Minneapolis where we're standing right now.
For people who don't know a lot about the area, how would you, a resident here, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as a very tight-knit community. You know, you're in the inner city, houses are right next to each other, and you know who's who. You know the guy down the street. But yeah, it kind of forces you to build relationships because everything's just so tighter together. You know, the sports teams here in North Minneapolis are some of the best in the state of Minnesota. So if you like sports, this is the place to be at. We're right next to the Mississippi River and right next to Theodore Wirth Parkway, which is like two huge amenities. And those two alone are like places for families to really go to. A lot of quietness, a lot of beauty. They have canoeing. You got a golf course.
Golf course.
A lot of people don't know there's like literally 5 minutes away, you got a golf course.
One of the nicest golf courses as well, Theodore Wirth.
Yeah, exactly.
Favorite local restaurant and favorite local small business?
Yeah, so our coffee shop here that kind of everybody goes to is called Sammy's Eatery. Everybody in the community knows it. It's a tight little place, but they're good food. The owner's very sociable, good environment. There's a place up here called Tootsie's, another place down here that's right on Glenwood.
You mentioned the shoe store too, right?
Yeah, there's a shoe store here. I'm a simple guy. I don't wear your fancy shoes, okay?
Yeah.
But all the young people that like shoes, there's a shoe place. It's been here 100 years. Everybody knows it. If you want to build relationships, if you want to know your neighbor, if you want diversity, if you want a place where you could do work in and feel like you belong, this is it.
Awesome, Victor. Thank you much for your time. We're definitely going to go check out some of these spots, and then we're also going to maybe see what the real estate has to offer as well.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
We are at 1228 Vincent Avenue North. Today we're going to look at this property and give you a really good example of what you can get for $295,000 in North Minneapolis. When I'm selling homes in communities like this, the buyers are often drawn to a lot of the craftsman carpentry, the extra built-ins. This one has a fireplace, built-ins on the side. Some of the architectural details they love are these broad arches, big wood beam posts, and this listing particularly has one of the largest butler built-ins in the dining room that I've ever seen. Before we head upstairs, I'd be at a loss if I didn't point out some more of this custom carpentry woodwork that you get in these older homes. One more awesome feature when we're looking at houses like this is oftentimes they contain a Juliet balcony. It's not every day you're in a home that has a second floor private terrace, perfect for a little bit of privacy. Thanks for checking out Minneapolis with me today. It's always good when I get to meet up with people like Victor. I'm about to go take his advice and check out Sammy's right now. Once again, my name is Carlson. That's all we have time for on today's episode of The American Dream.
Hey guys, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Longfellow neighborhood. Got the Greenway bike path just right behind me. We're gonna go check out the neighborhood, check out one of the properties that I'm working on with my partner, as well as some of the local establishments and see what they have to offer. here we are in South Minneapolis, checking out the newest short-term rental in our portfolio. CJ's here, he's been working on the project with me, and Brian, he's out working the back. Got the Airbnb. What are we looking to do?
So just checked in with Brian and a few of the guys. They're finishing the last segment of the fence. So yeah, we're what, a few days away from this going live? Do you remember exactly how we got this house and why we chose it?
Yeah, you gave me a call one day and said, hey Josh, like we got this guy, he's looking to sell his house, just get out of it, he's got somewhere to go. I know the area pretty well and took a look at it, saw the potential. Short-term rentals in the Twin Cities market, just with the area, local amenities and transportation, seemed like a really good idea at the time.
Getting something like this off market at a good price, you know, definitely wanted to jump on it.
Yeah, so when we picked up this house, it was just such a great location. I mean, we had like the local amenities, you got the Mississippi River right there, Minnehaha Falls, dog park, restaurants. It was just too good of an opportunity to pass up and which I think is really gonna pay off.
Definitely. I think it was just randomly one day we're like, you know, why don't we make this little house just that perfect short-term rental? I mean, it is. It's like 3 bedrooms, you know, it's got 2 bathrooms. Everything is like so close together. It's got a hot tub. I mean, that is definitely the best part. Cold winters in Minnesota. So when we walked in this house, it was not the way it looked right now. We could have decided to buy a house that looks like this, but we didn't. We bought something with mustard green walls and really bad floors, and everything was just definitely needing some updating.
But, you know, with a little bit of like sweat equity and, you know, a strong back, you can definitely rip that stuff out and make what you see here right now. Like these are all new cabinets, appliances all new, flooring new, paint new. As long as you can see past a lot of the items that are cosmetic and realize that you have a pretty structurally sound house, I think it'd be crazy not to like put it in some work. Well, awesome, awesome time to go check out this house. A lot of progress being made. Can't wait to get it listed as an Airbnb. Yeah, so what do you want to do next?
I have this really awesome spot down the street that I really want to show everyone. Want to go check it out?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So here we are, just down the street from the Airbnb we were just at Northbound Smokehouse. One of the best places in the neighborhood to get wings and a bunch of other great food.
One of the biggest things I love about this spot is Jamie, the owner, super involved in the community. A lot of his supplies, like the bar top, hops, and some like the chairs, whatnot, are actually locally sourced and is so accessible. Like an 8-minute walk, a 2-minute bike ride from the Airbnb. The whole South Minneapolis and the Twin Cities overall, like tons of bike paths. So you do see a lot of pretty active people here.
Yeah, speaking of active people, everyone's out walking their dogs. Every restaurant like this in the area is so dog friendly.
Pretty eco-friendly building, which is really important. Just the community of like the Twin Cities and Minneapolis as well is just being a sustainable business. Their bar is actually made from a wood maker called Wood from the Hood, where any like down tree in the Twin Cities area, they repurpose it into like cribbage boards, coffee tables, desks, and now a bar top. So
it's an awesome
spot. Awesome, man. Thanks for meeting up, and we'll see you again soon.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Yeah.
On that note, should we order some wings?
I think we should.
I think we should.
Yep.
So many people associate Minnesota with cold weather, snowmobiles, ice fishing, hockey rinks. But we're more than that. We appeal to more than just the cold weather enthusiasts. Our summers are absolutely beautiful. Our lake life is abundant, and people are really drawn to this thing we call lake life. My name is Olivier, and today we're going to introduce you to one of Minnesota's most beloved and popular lakes, just 15 miles southwest of downtown Minneapolis, with a population of 2,414. This is the town of Excelsior, and we're about to go hit the lake. Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes. We actually have 11,842, according to the DNR website, but that doesn't flow so well on our license plates. Today I'm here at one of the crown jewels of Minnesota, Lake Minnetonka. In the Dakota language, Minnetonka means big lake. This lake is over 14,000 acres with over 100 miles of shoreline. People enjoy boating, wake surfing, jet skiing, fishing. In the winter, you'll see people out here ice fishing, even playing golf. There's a thing called the Chili Open. Check it out. Lake Minnetonka is home to some of the most expensive real estate in the state. Currently, there are 38 active homes on the market, ranging between $775,000 to $15.2 million. Today, we're going to take you out on this iconic lake, show you some fabulous homes, and introduce you to some childhood friends who bond over three things: boats, burgers, and boards. Griffin, tell me, how did you become the Burger Boys? How did this group start?
It was just kind of like a natural, organic group of guys that we all grew up with in the neighborhood, and our parents started out the Bryant Lake ski team, shout out to the parents, and then we started the Burger Boys and just kind of wanted to keep the tradition going.
Very cool. So you grew up on the lake. In Tonka, what's so special about lake life? Why do people love it so much?
I think the lake life brings a lot of different elements into one place. I mean, you got nature, you got water, you got sports, you got boating, you got fishing. It's a lot of different communities of people that come out here to enjoy it for all sorts of reasons, whether that's recreation or just lounging or early morning skis or sunset cruises with the family. So I think that's kind of sums it all up, is that it's not one size shoe, but there's many sizes for many people and what they want to do with it.
Being a Burger Boy, do these guys work? Do people have jobs, or do you guys just like surf for a living?
We all work, but it's all about balance. So it's like, you know, surfing is a balanced sport, work is a balanced sport. I think we all have challenges with time as it relates to the constraints, but everybody here values the time on the water just like they value their time in the office, and so we all kind of make the best of it all the time.
It's post-surf time. We're here at Maynard's Restaurant in Excelsior, one of the Burger Boys' favorites. Maynard's has been here for over 20 years. This is the former site of the Excelsior Amusement Park that was here for almost 50 years. And they love to come here, grab a burger, and just chill. We hope you had fun learning about Minnesota lake life with us today. And hey, if Lake Minnetonka is too expensive for you, remember, there are 11,841 more lakes for you to choose from.
Namaste, I'm Cheryllyne Vaz.
And I'm Andy Harwood.
And we are the Vaz Harwood team in the Twin Cities in Minnesota.
And we're so excited to show you and introduce you to the West 7th neighborhood in St. Paul. It's an amazing historic neighborhood. Let's go check it out. We're here on the Schmidt's Brewery rooftop. It's actually not a brewery anymore. This building a few years ago was converted into artist lofts. So now there's, I think, a few hundred artists who have residence here and practice their art. They redid it beautifully and preserved the history of the building. This is really like the landmark of the neighborhood. You can see it from everywhere in this vicinity. And this street here is West 7th Street itself. Historically a fur trading route. It connects downtown St. Paul with Fort Snelling, and this dates back to, I think, about the 1830s. Now it's just a bustling place full of amazing restaurants and little shops and, of course, art galleries like our friend Heather, which we'll see and meet in just a few minutes. But I wanted to show you the view from up here and just give you a feel for the neighborhood and this amazing landmark, the Schmidt Brewery. This is the West 7th neighborhood. It is such a cool historic neighborhood. We're gonna show you around a little bit and introduce you to a friend of ours who owns an art gallery here. Let's check it out.
Hi, Heather, and Cheryllyne. Welcome to the gallery. I am so excited to introduce my best friend to you. This is Heather Fridley. She is Minnesota's very own indigenous artist and gallery owner. You own the Fridley Gallery right here in the West 7th. So tell me what inspires you.
Well, as you can see, a lot of my works are different landscapes of the places I've been. And what inspires me is my family's heritage in this land, as well as my travels throughout Minnesota and the United States. And I love to look at the landscapes and travel within them and really just immerse myself in that land.
Whenever I look at your work, it reminds me of stained glass. How would you describe your style and technique?
Well, I work in a contemporary impressionistic style. I like to lay down lots of thick layers of paint with lots of vibrant colors of what I feel and see out there in the landscape.
Talk to us about your latest commissioned project, which is so magnificent.
Well, I had the honor of being chosen to create a commission piece to be in the lobby of the Health Partners Cancer Center in St. Louis Park, Minnesota. And it was a beautiful piece showing the Minnehaha Creek. And so that way we could bring the love and beauty of that creek to the inside of people waiting for their cancer treatments and bring that beauty and hope to them.
Restoration of the ecosystem, the environment are very dear topics to you because I see it in all your works.
Absolutely.
So why did you choose the West 7th neighborhood to start your gallery?
Well, I really love the arts and culture here in the West 7th neighborhood. There's so many great shops and different places to visit, such as the Kagan Case Market, which has food from all over Minnesota. We have the Schmidt Artist Lofts. We also have this beautiful area down here, which has a bunch of vintage shops. And I love vintage.
I know, me too.
I know you do, Cheryllyne.
Oh my gosh, that's all I do. Thank you for joining us on our tour of the West 7th neighborhood. We hope you will drop in, check out the stores, check out the restaurants, and don't forget to say hi to Heather.
And check us out next time on the next episode of The American Dream that we'll be hosting.
Thanks for watching this episode of The American Dream, Selling the Twin Cities. I'm Amber Garofalo, and I've had a blast hosting you along with all of the top real estate professionals in the Twin Cities. Catch us next time, and be sure to follow The American Dream TV on social. That's all for today, and cheers to your American Dream.